Hey guys, it's Bicha Lunga back again with another video, and today we will be talking about pretty much who is going to finish in the top 4. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm assuming you understand now what I'm actually all about and what I share on a day-to-day on each time I actually post a video. So hopefully you get to enjoy the video that I'm going to share with you, and if you haven't seen my past videos, kindly be able to go and watch them because they are kind of pretty much all related to football and soccer, whatever you call it. So let's get right into the video about the topic today. So we'll ultimately be talking about who is going to finish in the top 4. Who do you think is going to finish in the top 4 in the English Premier League? So yeah, currently we obviously have like 4 different teams maybe who are fighting for the top 4. So initially we thought Chelsea and Liverpool and Man City were all going to finish like the top 3 clubs, but unfortunately I think for Chelsea now they're literally falling behind in a way, you know what I mean? So look at the way the table is looking. If you look at the position that Arsenal is in, for example, due to COVID and everything and injuries, there've been a lot of games that have been postponed. So that means that matches have only been able, only a few teams have been able to play up to a certain amount of games, and then another set of teams have been able to play a certain amount of games as well. So Chelsea have currently played, I think, 24 games. United have played 22, Arsenal 21. Then you have Tottenham, who played 20, and then you have West Ham, who have also played, I think, 21 games. So you can tell that Arsenal has got a 3-game in hand lead pretty much on Chelsea. So meaning that if Arsenal win their 3 games in hand, of course they blew their chance of being in the top 4 yesterday when they played Burnley, right? On Sunday when they played Burnley, right? So that means it becomes anyone's game at this point. Tottenham have got so many games in hand over majority of the teams. Spurs have played 20 games, so they literally have 4 games in hand over Chelsea, and they have 1 game in hand over Arsenal, and then they have 2 games in hand over United, who are the ones who currently sit in 4th right now. So yeah, United have got 38 points, Spurs have got 36 points. So you can see there's only a 2-point difference with a 2-game in hand chance of being in the top in 4th position, or even possibly 3rd, because now Chelsea are pretty much falling behind, unlike before when they were chasing Liverpool and City. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea are still quite close to Liverpool, right? But with the way the past weeks have been and the current run of form that Chelsea are on, of course they won against Spurs on Sunday, so that gives them pretty much a lifeline for them to be able to finish in the top 4 basically. But of course they're supposed to be fighting for the title anyway, and at this point the way City are playing, it's like they're just running away with the league, honestly. But yeah, that's not it, because Liverpool have also got they've gained some momentum. They haven't really fallen behind much on Man City, so it's anyone's race at this point between Liverpool and Man City. I wouldn't want to write off Chelsea right away because they're not that far off from Liverpool. So if they're not far off from Liverpool and Liverpool are not far off from Man City, considering how many games they have to play, then there's a huge possibility that they could still be able to run for even 2nd place, or but I think winning the title is a bit unrealistic because they clearly have played the most games. They have played 24 games, and I think City are 23 matches at the moment, and you see they've got an 11 or 12 point gap on Chelsea. So all these clubs have got pretty decent games coming up, honestly. United, I think United have got we'll look at the next 5 fixtures for each club, right? That's supposed to be finishing in the top 4. So we're talking about United, West Ham, Arsenal, Spurs, and I think Chelsea themselves anyway. So for United, the next 5 fixtures, they've got Burnley, they've got Southampton, they've got Leeds, they've got Watford and City. This is United's next 5 games. So here they can definitely, if you look at it on paper, you can think United can maximize on majority of the points. They can beat Burnley, they can beat Southampton, They can beat Leeds and Watford. The only game that's a doubt there is Manchester City, right? But you know, this is football. Like, any team can drop points at any point. So you really have to be on top of your game. I think it's all about the attitude that you're going to have going into the next match. So as for Tottenham, their next 5 games, they've got Southampton, they've got Wolves, they've got City, they've got Leeds and Everton. So this is Spurs' next 5 games. Arsenal have got Wolves, they've got Brentford, they've got Watford, they've got Leicester, and then we've got Villa after that. So that's our next. I'm an Arsenal fan, by the way.
We don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care. Jerry.
So those are our next set of fixtures, and hopefully we can maximize on those points. But as you noticed, on Sunday we literally dropped points against Burnley, so that makes things a bit more difficult for us to finish in the top 4. Though we do have a game in hand on Manchester United, right? So if we win that game, we can literally be a point or 2 above them, if I'm not mistaken. So literally every point counts. Of course, that's just a game difference, but every point literally counts. I'm sure you remember that season when City won the league and Aguero went crazy, and you know, that was personally the best season I've ever had. Best Premier League season that I've pretty much watched because of the way it finished, the manner in which it happened, the way Aguero scored that last minute goal, and just everything behind it. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Chelsea's next set of fixtures, they've got Palace, they've got Burnley, they've got Newcastle, they've got Norwich, and they have Brentford. So that's for Chelsea. And then you look at West Ham, they've got Watford next, they've got Leicester, they've got Newcastle, they've got Wolves, and they've got Liverpool. So these are the next set of fixtures for pretty much these 5 clubs who are fighting for the top 4 position. So of course you can be able to tell and gauge to know, okay, who's going to win this game or who's going to win that game. But like I said, football is very unpredictable. There's no way you're going to know for sure, okay, this game is going to end like this or this game is going to end like this. It's literally impossible for you to know that. You just have to be open-minded and be hopeful that your team goes in with the right mindset, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that happen in football, right? As a supporter, you're just going to think, okay, this is a must-win game, and you know, we can definitely win this game and all that stuff. Of course, that's the mentality that the players have to have as well. But it's all about the attitude. What kind of attitude is the player going to go with? So every game is unique on its own, literally unique on its own, and it's just up to the team and how they're communicating on the pitch, how much drive they have. Even the fans also have a huge effect. So the fans really have to be behind that team, right? All the time, they really have to be behind their team to push their players. It has serious motivation, factors that pretty much make a team thrive. And of course, the coach has to be on top of things as always, regardless of the situation and how things are at the moment for that particular club. They really have to ensure that everyone is on top of their game and they are ready to play. They really want to go at it. You can make your own verdict and what you think will actually happen at the end of the season and who is going to finish in the top 4, right? So for me personally, I think the clubs that are going to finish in the top 4, I'm going to put my club there, honestly.
We don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care.
I'm not going to doubt my team. Obviously, we need to get some players in, like, some pretty serious strikers, because at the moment, before the January transfer window closes, it would be extremely, extremely important that we sign a really, really top-class striker if we stand a chance of finishing the top 4. I mean, Sunday was evident. We couldn't get the goals. We had 90% ball possession, but we couldn't just bury a chance. You know what I'm saying? We created some, but in the end, they were all in vain, and they didn't even come to fruition. Like, they didn't come to pass. Like, it was horrible. You can't have 90% of ball possession and not be able to score even one goal. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It does not make any sense. You have to put the ball in the back of the net if you've got that amount of ball possession. You get the creativity of the players is somewhat there and everything, but if the top class striker is not there to complement those passes, then I mean, it's not going to happen. We've got Lacazette. Is a good striker, but he's alone at the moment. Unfortunately, Edin Ketia is not good enough. Quite frankly speaking, the guy is not good enough. We need someone else who would come in as a super sub. I was watching the Chelsea game yesterday, and they pulled out Jorginho and N'Golo Kante came in. So it was like, wow, okay, these guys have got so much depth in their squad. You can see that the team pretty much has got the same caliber of players on the pitch and on the bench at the same time. So you really have to have that correlation. It has to be there. You can't afford to have average players in the team and you expect to reach far in a competition. But anyway, with all that being said, I think Arteta has got so much on his hands and he knows what he's going to do and he knows what he wants. So the beauty is that the owner and pretty much everyone who's in leadership at the club are behind him. You know, they even want to extend his contract and all that stuff. So hopefully we can bring in some top class strikers to be able to help the team and put us in a place where we deserve to be put. You know what I mean? Like where we deserve to be anyway. I think Arsenal is going to be in the top 4. I don't think United will make it, honestly. But Chelsea should be there. So I'm going to go for Arsenal and Chelsea, who will finish 3rd and 4th respectively. Tottenham might get there because, okay, they're looking really strong. I can't lie. Tottenham are looking like a strong club. And yeah, I think based off their fixtures as well, it's very possible that they could actually get maximum points, except against City, because everyone, you know, we all wouldn't want to play Man City. The guys are just too good for pretty much everyone. So yeah, it's crazy. But I think top 4 will be the top 3 London clubs for sure: Chelsea, Arsenal, and Tottenham. But the battle there is Tottenham and Arsenal. I think United will be 6th or 7th, honestly. Just my opinion. And for West Ham, I don't see them surviving. That's just it. They will not survive. They'll probably finish 8th. I only say United won't make it because there's the communication in the team is not as it should be. Right? It can get better. I know at the moment, because they've got so many star players. The problem is everyone wants to play the leadership role. You know, there's Cristiano Ronaldo there. There's Marcus Rashford, Greenwood. I don't think Greenwood and Ronaldo have got the best relationship, honestly, because I was watching the game the other day and you could tell that there was some kind of tension between the two players. So it made it very difficult for them to even work together on the same field. So yeah, I mean, just made life very, very hard for them to play together, and everything just kind of went bad for the most part. So yeah, I mean, they can work together if they can put their egos aside, both of them, and everything. Then things should be able to work out pretty well for them. I think they've just got too many star players, so the communication is quite poor, if you ask me. So I said Chelsea, Tottenham, or Arsenal should be able to finish in the top 4, and hopefully Arsenal can get the upper hand and finish above Spurs, because they're looking quite strong at the moment. United could still be a threat as well. You know, we need to get that. We need to get that striker. I think if we get that striker before the window closes, then we should, without a doubt, be able to finish in the top 4. Because we play very beautiful football, we create the chances. Once it's just that player who can put the ball in the back of the net, then we are sorted. You know, that kind of thing. So I hope you've enjoyed the video up to this point. If you've managed to reach this far, I thank you so much for being able to watch the video all the way through. And yeah, see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to comment in the description, in the comment section rather. Not in the description, in the comment section. Kindly just comment whatever you want based on your thoughts and who you think is going to actually finish in the top 4 this season. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.